there. So I just did a video. We're going to do another card. I've already prepped it all, but I'm going to explain it to you and show you that you can mix some things up. So here we go. We're going to make, this is what the finished product will look like. Now, it's all apart. Now, as you can see, this is embossed. Now, I already did all the steps, but I'm going to go through it with you. So this is a card that I do often in different colors and with different sayings. So I always choose my background and using my Fiskars machine, cut it so that I always like to leave a little edge around, right? So I've decided to use this as my background and found a color. The color that I wanted to use was a deep purple. Now, what I did was I cut this down. So originally it was bigger, and of course, so I'll show you the folder I used. This is the embossing folder that I used. And even though it comes with a giant flower right there, I'm going to put the folder back. I like to cover that flower up and put my own flower there. So just because an embossing folder does a certain design does not mean that you have to use that design. So my next step is, I cut it to leave enough room so that you can see the purple in the background. Then what I did is I have paper flowers, and this is 2 paper flowers stuck together, I believe. No, okay, it's just a thick paper flower. Okay, so see, I'm going to be putting that big flower there. And then to add contrast, I have a little purple flower. And so you still have the embossing. Sorry, my shadow covers. You still have the embossing, and then you've got that flower there. Now, you don't need to have a die cut to do this. Just a little flag. Honestly, all you need to do, whoops, sorry about that. All you need to do is cut down the center and then cut from the corner and meet the center, right? And do that on the other side. So you get that even. I do have a die cut, but I don't always use it because sometimes it's quicker just to do that. So that is what I did. And I stamped it with a purple ink. So it's not quite dry. And that will go up here where it says thinking of you. And that will be my finished card. So, it's a very simple card. But so step 1, finding the color, your background color. Step 2, the embossing. Step 3, the paper flower. Step 4, and it's got some contrast, right? You want it to kind of pop out because you've got such a dark color. So it's all about contrast. Anyway, I'm going to glue this together here soon, but I just wanted to show you a very quick card. And, some are quicker than others, but the materials cost money, and so does the time. So, selling cards, the price is what you think it should be, because for the cards themselves, for a package of 40 cards, I think it is, it's $14.99, right? Then you've got your materials, which, if you're using high-grade scrapbooking paper, then it's expensive. It could be $30 for a book of, 30 pages. So, you know, and paper flowers are expensive. Everything's expensive, everything on its own. So if you make homemade cards, you know, sell them for what you think they're worth, because you are the one that puts the time and effort into the designs and the costs. And so, you know, people might say, well, what if it doesn't take you that long to make that card? Well, actually, the reason it doesn't is because this is a card that I make often. So, but to come up with designs and to do everything bit by bit takes time. You know, each card takes time, costs money. So don't let anyone say, oh, well, that's too much money. I sell my cards and I do it for the price I think they're, you know, that I make enough that I cover my costs and still a bit more. Anyway, so here is one of my final cards, and yeah, so anyway, get crafting.